Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will cover FlutterFire CLI. FlutterFire CLI is a very useful productivity tool for setting up your Firebase project really fast in Flutter. So before moving to that, if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please make sure you like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon as well. Now here we will create a new project on Firebase, give it a name like test FlutterFire CLI or whatever, and I will tap on continue. After that, disable the Google Analytics and continue. Firebase is preparing project for provisioning resources for a project. Tap on continue. Here we have the dashboard for our Firebase project. We have the different platform iOS, Android, web, and then we have the Flutter. Tap on it. Here we have the option, we have the link to install FlutterFire CLI or Firebase CLI. So come to the link. Here you have two options to install FlutterFire CLI on Windows. One is standalone library, the other is npm. So for npm you need to install Node.js. Navigate to the link and install. We will install Node.js from here. Tap on download, and npm come pre-packaged with Node.js. It's a package manager for Node.js, so we will install this setup for Node.js. Open the setup, next, and then accept the terms, next, and install. So we will install Node.js, and let's finish the setup. Now we will open the cmd of our Windows, which is the command prompt, and here we will write npm or node version. So we have the version here, which means it has been installed. So we have the npm with us. Now go back to the CLI reference. Here we have this command. We will copy it and we will then run it in the cmd. So npm will install us this Firebase CLI. So press enter, and downloading has been started and it has been completed. Now we have the CLI being installed. Let's go to the cmd, and here we need to run some other commands as well. So here we will use the Firebase login to log in into our Firebase account in which we have our project set up. So here we will use Firebase login, and it will redirect us to a web page. Let's wait for it. Enter yes, and now we have been redirected. Select an account or give a new account to sign in into your Firebase account. Continue. Google will take this data from Firebase, FlutterFire CLI, sorry. Allow CLI to do these things, and our CLI has now access to our Firebase. We have successfully logged in. Now let's come back here, and we have this command to fetch our projects from Firebase. So it will list all our projects from this Firebase. So let's enter this command in the command prompt, and it will list all of our existing Firebase projects. You can see we have created this test FlutterFire a few minutes ago, and we have the other project as well. So here now we tap on next. Here we need to activate FlutterFire CLI. So copy this command and enter this in the command prompt. Enter this command, and our CLI has been activated globally. Now we can use it in our Flutter projects. Now tap on next. We will configure the other things. Now we open Android Studio or VS Code and open our project. I have created a simple counter app project, and here I will write FlutterFire configure. So we will configure our Android and iOS platforms on our Firebase project. So it will fetch the projects. We have this test FlutterFire project. We will select that, enter, and here we have the platforms on which we will set up. Press space to select or unselect platforms, and we are going to set up for these three platforms. Here for Android we need to pass our application ID. So we'll go to app build.gradle, and here we have the application ID. Copy it and paste it in the terminal, and then our setup will get started. FlutterFire CLI is setting up the Android project for our Flutter app, and then also it's working on iOS as well. And we have all the three platforms set up for our Flutter application. Here we need to import a plugin here, which is Firebase core. So we will go to Google Chrome, we will type Firebase core, and from the pub dev we will copy this dependency and version. Let's copy it, and let's navigate to our project. Here pubspec.yml file, and here we will be adding it under the dependency section. So paste it here and run pubget to fetch new dependencies. Tap on pubget and our dependencies are being fetched. It's downloading. We have an issue here, so we will run it again. So let's tap on the pubget again so that the dependencies are fetched properly. So let's wait and see. Yes, we have the dependencies here. Now utilize this dependency here in the main dot file. Let's go to the Flutter project, and here you can see we have these two imports. I will copy these two lines, and I will go to my project on Android Studio, and here I will paste it on top with the previous import. And now I also need to bring or copy these lines as well, which is for the Firebase initialization. Copy these lines and paste it above the run app method. Now we have added these lines. Also add async to the function because it is an asynchronous operation. And now we will save, and we will invalidate cache to clean our project, and then restart. Then open an emulator here, and I will tap on run to start the project, and let's see what happens. We are waiting. We have an error, so let's navigate to the top. What is the error? And let's fix it. We have this execution failed error, so we'll copy it and let's go to Google Chrome, and we will paste it in Google Chrome to find out what went wrong and what is the solution. So let's paste it here and type Flutter at the end. We have this Stack Overflow line, so tap on it and come down. Here we got an answer. We will copy these lines and paste it in the directory mentioned. So let's copy it, and I will go through the directory. So in the Android project, go to app, then build.gradle, and here we have to add these lines at the end. So paste it here, and now we are good to go. And let's run our project again to see if our fix has been completed or not. We have another error. Let's find it out what went wrong. So let's restart the app. How to restart? But we have the same problem. Oh, we have missed a line here. We haven't initialized the Flutter widget binding. So type widgets a Flutter binding dot ensure initialized. Call this method, and now we are good to go. So let's close this project and run it again to see if the changes have been reflected or not. So let's see. Yes, our project has been built successfully, and you can see we have the Flutter logo on our screen, and now we have the counter app. So when the app has been built successfully, it means that our Firebase project has been set up for Android, iOS, and web. Now we also need to add one more thing. Here, go to your File Explorer, then the C drive. Here you have the users, then a username, then we have the app data. If it is hidden, make it unhidden, then local, and then we find the pub directory. Go to pub directory, and here go to cache and then bin, and copy the URL or the path from here. And sorry, it's not URL, it's called path because it's not unique. Then we go to env, edit the environment variables. From here, environment variables, select the path and then edit. Here you have to add a new path, paste it here, but I already have one, so I will remove it. You need to add this. Now tap on OK, OK, and OK, and we are good to go with our Firebase setup with our Flutter application. So in this video we have set up our Firebase project for Flutter successfully. We have connected our project to Android, iOS, and web. We have set up Firebase for all these three platforms, and you can figure out FlutterFire is a very handy tool, and the process is really automated, and it is very productive. It really saves you time and make it easy to set up your Firebase project. That's it for today video, guys. In the upcoming videos we will be bringing some more exciting tutorials, so stay tuned. See you in the next video. Goodbye.